Hello friends. Welcome back to the channel for a nice little chatty video. I really get in the mood to do these sometimes, and I know it's kind of like with my favorites videos, obviously this is a favorites video as you can see from the title. With my favorites videos, I always have the best of intentions to like keep them up, but obviously I kind of fell out of the track of doing those when I missed uploads for a while. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to sit down because it's the end of another month, which is crazy. It's literally midway through the year now. What? I'm gonna try and not ramble too much. I've tried to pick out the things that I've really been enjoying. So let's jump straight into all the things I have been loving. Okay, I'll start off with fashion because I've literally been living in the same clothes for the past like month, and just I feel like I got really stuck in a rut with kind of, I wasn't going anywhere, I wasn't doing anything, so I kind of slipped into that, you know, just put things on repeat kind of mentality. But that's not to say that I didn't enjoy that, because I obviously love the clothes that I do pick up. So a couple of things that I've been loving, first and foremost, is this denim jacket from Mango. So I have really been loving super easy kind of casual looks, whether that is, I feel like I've just been loving elevating loungewear or elevating like sportswear, whether that's like leggings or then obviously going into your like loungewear pants and sweaters and stuff like that. And to be honest, the weather hasn't really gotten that amazing in Ireland yet. We have had some really nice sunny days, but like as I speak, it's pouring down rain outside, and it was yesterday as well. So we're still in that kind of like, I don't know when we're going to be able to dress for summer quite yet, but we're getting there. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, I've really been loving kind of dressing up my activewear and my loungewear, and this is one way that I love dressing up a pair of leggings, which I will get onto in a second. But this jacket is just so freaking cool. It's like a patchwork. I'll insert a picture of me wearing it here and how I styled it, but it's this patchwork denim jacket, and it just reminds me of something that's straight out of the 80s or straight out of the 90s. When I wear it with my leggings and my really cool like trainers, which I will also show you, I feel like Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell, and it just gives me all the vibes. It's such a statement piece, great for spring and summer obviously because it's a denim jacket, but I got it in a couple of sizes bigger, so it was like super oversized and slouchy. It is already oversized anyway, but I wanted it like really slouchy because I don't have any other denim jackets like that. But this has been a staple in my wardrobe, and it's so soft. I just love it. Okay, next fashion item, as oh my god, I thought I nearly broke a nail. As I was saying, with that jacket, I have been living in my Axel Arigato marathon trainers. These are just the coolest runners in the whole world. I love them so much. It's ridiculous. And it's not just like this specific runner, I just love the style of runner. I have really considered purchasing these in several different colors because they're amazing. Actually, when I had bought these, I had intended buying a pair that had this really cool like green line and a red line through them, and I think they were more on a kind of like cream tone, but they didn't have them available. They sell out really quickly on their website. Other sites do stock them though, so just be aware that you can shop around for them. But they had sold out of the color that I really wanted, and then these were like my second choice. But honestly, these ones are like, they go with absolutely everything. Like there's nothing that these don't go with because they're such a neutral pair of runners. Like they're white and grey, and I obviously have worn them a crazy amount as well because you can see they're all scuffed around the bottom. They're kind of that really good in between dad sneaker, that they're not like too chunky and too ugly that like they make your feet look huge. Like I'm a size UK 8, sometimes UK 7, so like I'm on the like larger size for shoes, and I always fear with shoes like these that my feet are gonna look humongous, but they don't. They look really good in these. Well, as good as feet can look. That's a bit weird. Anyway, I really love them. They're super comfortable and I wear them all the time. I also wear them like with multiple different types of outfits, so they're unreal with dresses too. Like obviously when it gets a little bit warmer, I'll wear them with shorter dresses, but I also live in that like floaty maxi dress kind of style, and these look so cool with a maxi dress. They just like dress it down and make it look real kind of like street style chic, and yeah, I just love them, absolutely love them. Next up, leggings. As I was mentioned earlier on, I just am wearing leggings a hell of a lot recently, and I actually showed the ones that I'm wearing currently, actually, if you can see them. I mentioned these ones here in a vlog pretty recently, so I'm going to link it up here so you can have a little bit of a look, but they're are my new Align pants from Lululemon. I'll try and actually include a little cut off so you can see what they look like on. I have heard so many people ramble on about these Align pants from Lululemon for years, and I was so stuck in my in All the Right Places leggings that I absolutely loved, but I really wanted a pair of leggings that didn't have the kind of seams down the side of them. I just wanted something that was super simple and a different fabric as well, because these ones are a much softer fabric than the In All the Right Places leggings. I would call them more of a sports legging, and these ones here are more kind of like, they're softer, they're a little bit more like yoga-esque, if you know what I mean. They're like a yoga pant. I bought them in the, is it the 25s, I think, so the shorter length, because the longer length in them actually is completely sold out all of the time. But I will link both of them down below for you if you want to keep like an eye out if they come back into stock, because I am for sure getting these in the longer length when they come back into stock, because they are the most comfortable leggings in the world. If you have a pair of leggings that you want to like change into when you get home, it's these ones. Okay, my last fashion bit I am also wearing actually, and it is these little earrings. I'll take them out in a second so you can have a little bit of a look. I really wanted a pair of hoops. I feel like I'm constantly buying hooped earrings, but I really wanted a pair of hoop earrings that were a little bit, I feel I'm constantly looking for the perfect size of a hoop, so I wanted something that was a little bit chunky but not too large and also not too small. If you can see on this ear, hold on, let me move you. If you can see on this ear, I actually have like 2 hoops in, so these are like huggy hoops. This one's from Maria Tash, and then the smaller one's from Misoma. But I really wanted one that was obviously bigger than these two, that was more of like an actual statement earring in my ear, and then I found these. So these ones are actually also from Misoma. I get quite a lot of my jewelry from Misoma. I really love their stuff. It lasts really well, and it all looks amazing as well. They're not super inexpensive, but they're also not super expensive as well, but their products are really good. So I loved these ones. These have like a little bit of a like rope detailing on them, but I just really love them. They're kind of like slightly vintage, slightly modern, and I also always get complimented on these ones when I wear them, because they're like that really nice kind of simple hoop with a difference. So yeah, if you're looking for some nice jewelry, hoops and stuff like that. I just realized I'm not wearing any rings. I feel so naked. If you're on the lookout for some nice jewelry, go and check out Misoma, because their stuff's fab. Okay, let's move on to some beauty. I only have 3 beauty items because I really just wanted to pick out the things and chat about the things that I have been like obsessed with, if you know what I mean. In my last video, you guys are so kind. So many of you commented on how good my skin has been looking recently, and I have been putting in such a big effort with my skin over the last year, and it's really paying off now. One of the things that I have adored since last year is this Elemis cleanser. I feel like I'm always going through like asking you guys like your recommendations for skincare and things like that, what you guys like. So many of you had recommended this cleanser to me last year. Now this is the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Cleansing Balm. This also comes in just like a regular cleansing balm, not with the rose scent. The rose scent is really good though, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the rose scent, and I have repurchased this one, but this is so great at just melting away your makeup without making your skin feel stripped. I just love a cleansing balm. It's my favorite. So I go in with this and then I cleanse my skin after with a different cleanser. But this one is like my, do you know the one item in your skincare routine that you really don't want to change up? It's this one here, and it's rare that I find a cleanser that, or like even a skincare product in general, that I'm like, no, I don't actually want to try anything else. I really like this. Now that's not to say that I won't in the future, because I like trying new things, but I really love this one, and I really highly recommend it as well if anybody's on the lookout for a new cleansing balm. If that's a step in your skincare that you're looking to fill, please try this one out. It is incredible. Okay, and 2 makeup products that I really highly rated over the past month. These are both newer products to me. I had only tried them out literally in the month of May, and I fell so hard for both of them. So if you checked out my last video when I was trying out some new Charlotte Tilbury makeup, you'll not forget my obsession with this brow product. Oh my god, this is like the biggest game changer in my makeup in a long time. Like, I mean, I love this. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel. So as I said in that video, I have tried out different brow gels before, like the microfiber style brow gels, and they were good, but I've never had this kind of a result from using that kind of a product. It just makes my brows so full, gives them so much texture. I'm constantly talking about how kind of flat and fine my brow hairs are. Like, my brows don't grow super fast, they're not super thick, they are very fine, and like they're not coarse or anything like that. And I'm constantly talking about wanting to get my brows microbladed or trying out, you know, brow tints and stuff like that. I'm a real minimalist when it comes to my brows. I literally just pluck them and that's it, and rarely at that too. This just gives my brows such a lift, such texture. They stay in place all day long, and I couldn't recommend it more. It has this tiny little brush, and it picks up on all of the little fine brow hairs. And I've also got my mum on the hook for this one as well, and she loves it too. So highly recommended from Grace and also from Mama Denny. And then the last makeup product is actually also a Charlotte Tilbury product, and this is the Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette. So I've tried out these here like small quads in the past from Charlotte Tilbury, and I highly rate their eyeshadows. I just love them. They're super silky, whether they're the matte ones or the shimmer ones. And then they also have this kind of more pressed glitter type of eyeshadow as well that just gives you the most incredible sparkle on your eyes. However, this one here I just fell in love with. If you can see it here, it just has the most beautiful combination of colors. So two gorgeous kind of brown tones, and then on the bottom more kind of a champagne pink and like darker pink as well. So I've been using like these two constantly. Absolutely love them. This is beautiful on the inner corner, and then I kind of like darken my eye like outer corner using this here shadow, but this would also be beautiful all over the lid. And to be honest, in the past I was such a matte eyeshadows person, but this and I think the Charlotte Tilbury shimmer shadows in general, they just remind me of her highlight, and they're so subtle and subtle and soft and buttery, that they just look so beautiful on your eyes. I'm wearing them actually at the minute as well. Definitely an A+ in my book for these. And also the packaging, like, I mean, Charlotte Tilbury's packaging in general is just like chef's kiss. Right, let's move on to some lifestyle bits. Let me get this up on my phone because I'll forget what I wanted to talk about otherwise. This water bottle. I don't know about you guys, but I drink a hell of a lot more water when I'm drinking it from a bottle. I don't know what my problem is about drinking water from a glass, but I do not drink near enough water when I'm trying to get my water intake from a glass. But I can go through these like crazy. Like, it is currently 12 o'clock and I've already drank 3 of these water bottles today. But I was on the lookout for a really nice water bottle, something that was obviously going to keep my water really cold, and it was just gonna, 1, look nice, and 2, help me to drink more water, because the one that I had, I just didn't love it, and I just wanted something else basically. So I found this one on Lululemon. This water bottle actually comes in about 60 billion different colors. Not actually, but you know, there's a lot of color choice. And I was in between this really nice kind of sage green and a kind of duck egg blue, but I decided to go for the sage green. This keeps your water so cold for so long. And I also wanted one that held enough that I could kind of like keep track of how many bottles I was drinking, so I knew I was drinking enough. I think it actually does come in a larger bottle as well, but that will be like too big for me. I also like that it has this little handle on it. It has a screw cap top, and originally I was looking for one that had a straw, but this is kind of like, it works out perfect. I'm still drinking enough water. I didn't think I actually would without the straw. And then the cap screws back on. Now it is a little bit heavier, if you can hear that. It's an insulated bottle to keep the contents cold or whatever, but I adore this thing and it comes with me freaking everywhere now. Next favorite, book. So if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll actually have seen me just rant on about how much I loved this. I had read so many positive reviews about this book, and it had been included in so many people's book clubs recently that I just had to pick it up. So this is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I loved this. Now, I will say that I thought it was a little bit predictable in the end for me. Like, I did predict the ending of this book fairly early on. However, the thing that I loved about this book was the actual journey. So without kind of spoiling it, it's basically about this woman that dies, and she goes into this kind of limbo area between life and the afterlife. She kind of has to relive the mistakes that she had made or the decisions that she had made, and see if she can either choose a new life to move into, or go back to her old life, or move on into the afterlife, like that kind of a thing. And through going through the decisions that she had made and the things that she had regretted in her life, she kind of gets to have a do-over, if that makes any sense, and figure out if that's the life that she would have wanted. Let me see if I can, I'll read this little section to you just so you kind of get a sense of it. So, between life and death there is a library, and within that library the shelves go on forever. Every book provides a chance to try another life you could have lived, to see how things would be if you had made other choices. Would you have done anything different if you had the chance to undo your regrets? If you think of that concept, it really makes you reflect on your own life, if you know what I mean. It really was a thought-provoking book, and a thought-provoking concept for a book as well. And it's a really short read too, like there's only 288 pages in it, so it's a super quick flick through. I think I read it in maybe like 2 or 3 days, and that wasn't like being totally invested in it full time. So yeah, I really highly recommend that if you want like a little summer read or something, if you want something to read at the weekends. The Midnight Library. Also, go follow Matt Haig on Twitter or Instagram because he has great quotes and stuff like that. Next, Netflix, or just television in general. I feel like I have so many shows that I have watched that I haven't caught you guys up on. In one weekend, I made my way through both Bling Empire and Indian Matchmaking. Now, I do realize that both of these shows were like super popular last year, but you know Grace, she won't get into watching something that everybody else is watching generally because of the hype. And then I'm like, okay, now I'll watch it when I feel like it. So I decided to watch it over a weekend, or both of them over a weekend 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I got sucked in so badly to both of them. So both of these are available on Netflix if you want to watch them. Bling Empire, if you don't know about it, it's basically about, it's kind of like a take on Crazy Rich Asians, the book slash movie, but like in real life. It follows the life of these Asian Americans. It's a kind of like reality style take on the Kardashians kind of a thing, but if you're looking for something like super easy to watch that is like, what is your life? It's brilliant. It's really, really good. And then Indian Matchmaking, again, another one that you guys had told me to watch. I wanted to watch something that was kind of similar to, I don't know about you guys, but I love watching shows that are kind of like Say Yes to the Dress, or there's another one on Netflix actually called Marriage or Mortgage or something like that. I love shows like that. So decided to go and watch Indian Matchmaking, and that show is brilliant. It is so good, and I really, 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 really hope that they do a second season of it. Basically, again, if you don't know, if you haven't watched it or you don't know about it, it's kind of like a look at the whole arranged marriage tradition from the Indian culture. It's based in India and also in the United States as well. It follows like a load of different people basically trying to find their match, but there's a matchmaker involved instead of like the families and things. Well, the families do get involved, but it's a matchmaker that tries to match these couples up, and it's just great TV. Moving over to Disney Plus, 2 shows that I've been loving over there, or have loved. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Wow. First and foremost, I am so obsessed with Sebastian Stan. That man. They made a really, really good decision in cutting his hair. He is one attractive individual. I will watch everything he is in from now till eternity. But anyway, I really, really, really enjoyed the show regardless of Sebastian Stan being in it, even though he made it like 110 times better. I'm really into the whole Marvel like episodic series that Disney are now doing. Very, very excited, complete side note, about Loki coming to Disney Plus now. Love Tom Hiddleston, love the character of Loki, so really excited to see how they develop that into like an episodic series. But yeah, I loved WandaVision, and I was really, really, really apprehensive about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I wasn't actually really into the movie, like the Captain America movie with the Winter Soldier, that was called Winter Soldier. That wasn't my favorite Captain America movie, and I don't know why. I was kind of like going into this thinking, okay, they did a really great job with WandaVision, maybe I like this. Like WandaVision, took me a couple of episodes to get into WandaVision, took me a couple of episodes to get into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. I don't know if any of you guys watched the Tim Tracker, but him and Jen were watching the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I had actually kind of given up on it after the first 2 episodes. I was like, I just don't know if this is for me. I really love watching like the Avengers and like Captain America and all that kind of thing, but I don't know if I love it like this. I kind of had just put it to the back of my mind or whatever, and I had seen Tim and Jen talk about it, and they had said that they continued watching it and that it had gotten so good, and they had said to one of their friends just to stick with it, that it'll get really, really good, and they were right. So if it's one of those kind of things that you're like, I don't know if this is for me, please just stick with it, go back to it and give it another go over a weekend or something like that. I usually watched it, it came out on a Friday over here, and I'd watch it on like a Sunday or a Saturday morning and like just have like a little cozy morning situation with my breakfast. But absolutely loved it. It was so good. Oh, one more Disney Plus show. It's actually on the Star section of Disney Plus that I randomly got into. I don't even know why. Actually, I do know why I clicked on it, because Kat Dennings is the star of it, and I love her. I think she's so funny. I loved her in Two Broke Girls. I watched that when I was in college and I absolutely adored it. And I love her in Thor, and I love her in WandaVision as well. I think she's brilliant. But she's actually the star of this TV show called Dollface, and I think it could be on, is it on HBO possibly in the States? I'm not too sure, I can't really remember, but they have it on Disney Plus on the Star section, and it basically follows Kat Dennings, who has broken up with her boyfriend and she's moved on, and she is basically just living her single life now. But it's her, Shea Mitchell from Pretty Little Liars, if you guys have watched it, and also Brenda Song, who is from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and I love her. But it's those 3 girls, and there's one other actress in it, and she's so freaking hilarious. Her character is so funny, but I don't know what her name is. But it's it follows these 3 or 4 girls anyway. Kat Dennings, who has broken up with her boyfriend, trying to get back into single life, trying to kind of like make amends with the friendships that she's kind of lost through being in a relationship. I'm sure many of us know that situation, but it's quite relatable and completely unrelatable in other ways as well. But a really funny watch. I really enjoy it. It's got really good sense of humor, and yeah, if you want something kind of lighthearted and easy to watch, it's a great one. One more thing that I want to talk about for my favorites for the past month, and I kid you not, this has been in my life every single week in the month of May. A local company reached out to me. They're like a new startup. They basically do charcuterie boards. If any of you are local to like my general area, they're called Chutney and Fig. They, as I said, do charcuterie boards for like takeout. They reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and wanted to send me one out to try it out and see what I thought about it. And honestly, Grace was not a cheese board girl. I never would be the person that would be out with my friends and order a cheese board. But as I said, they were like a local business and I really wanted to, you know, support them and stuff like that. So I was like, sure, no probs. It was actually the weekend of my mum's birthday, or was it not? It was actually the week of my dad's birthday. And I was like, brilliant, this is gonna work great. We can kind of just have a little grazing board. I knew mum and dad would enjoy it, but I obviously didn't know if I would. But you guys, oh, I have had a cheese board every single weekend since that weekend. So they had sent it out to me. The next weekend I purchased one. The weekend after that, it was actually my mum's birthday, purchased one for that. The weekend after that, purchased one then. I'm like completely addicted. First and foremost, I'll try and insert a picture of them, but they are firstly stunning, like visually stunning and so impressive. But then like secondary, and that's like on par with how stunning they look, they taste so good. And I know this specific like little company, they put so much effort into like picking out the cheeses and stuff, and they can adapt them if you are obviously like vegetarian, you don't want the meats included, you can just do a cheese board with the fruits. They include macarons, they have like the candied nuts and chocolates and stuff, and oh my god, they are so good. And also I'm actually really glad that I started trying them, because it's opened me up to a world of new cheeses, because I would be a person that sticks to a lot of the same cheeses. Like I love feta, I love mozzarella, but these have, you know, specialty cheeses and gourmet cheeses and artisan cheeses included, and wow, just wow. Also an excellent idea if you're a person that, you know, if you are in the position where you can have people to the house or outdoors and stuff during the summertime, if you wanted to just get like a grazing board where people can like pick at it and, you know, get their cheese and their crackers and stuff like that. It's such a good kind of entertainment centerpiece too. But yes, absolutely love a charcuterie board now. I feel very bougie saying that. So those are all of my favorites from the month of May / some of April as well. I feel like I covered all the things that I have been completely obsessed with. So maybe you guys have some of the same favorites. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed getting to listen to me ramble for I don't know how long I'm going to be able to edit this video down to. But thank you so much for watching as always. I do really appreciate it. And as I said, I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all again really soon in my next video. My phone just fell on the floor and I'm just going to ignore it. But I'll see you all again really soon. Bye!